Yo, what's up? Nappy Head Millie here, and in today's video, I want to talk a little bit about GranBlue. I'm sorry I haven't done videos on Road Company or GranBlue as of lately. I just started at the post office, so I've been working 10 to 12 hour days. So I'm sorry. I'm gonna try and get these videos out 2 to 3 times a week for you guys. But yeah, let's get started. So, as the title suggests, why is GranBlue down? What can we do about it? I've been really thinking about this while, honestly, I've been at work. Enjoy the gameplay, by the way. This is me and my boy Amma kind of just practicing, testing out new characters and stuff. So don't take any of the gameplay seriously. If you watch any of my other topics, I'll leave a link up here. Trust me, I'll go 10 times harder than this. But yeah, why is GranBlue down bad? Now, I watched a video by the Anime Illuminati, however you say his name. But he was speaking on Guilty Gear Strive. However, he spoke on GranBlue and said that the reason why GranBlue was down bad was because locals weren't a thing anymore. Locals weren't a thing, and it hurt the momentum of the game. And because of the net play, nobody wants to play this game. Now, I partially agree with his statement. I partially agree. I don't think netcode is the reason why GranBlue is not being played at all. If you think netcode is the sole reason why GranBlue is not being played, you don't play GranBlue. I'm sorry. No. I'm about to break down why I feel this way, and then I'm gonna break down exactly what they could do to improve the game. Now, in my opinion, the reason why GranBlue is down bad is because of two reasons. Main reason is season 1, when the game came out, there was nobody in the game. There was like 14, 15 characters. And out of them 14, 15 characters, there wasn't really no diversity. It was literally either you were a zoner, you were a a Shoto, or you were a grappler. And then in special cases, you had like Lil Wayne, where Lil Wayne was like that joke character. But Lil Wayne, nobody really touches Lil Wayne. Like nobody. Honestly, I haven't seen a Lil Wayne in so long that it scares me. But yeah, you didn't really have any diversity in the characters. Now, what's the problem with that? What's the problem with having a small roster? You should be able to pick up a character fast and, whatever. Yeah, that's true, but that's part of the problem. A lot of people picked up characters and felt like they got to their limit pretty quick, which leads me into my second point of why this game isn't doing good. It's dog shit easy. Like, I'm not trying to be funny. I love this game to death, but you know how you got Fantasy Strike, that one button fighter? The very next step is GranBlue. And I read like his comments of people going back to anime. I was reading his comments of people saying like, oh, this game has such a complex undergrowth. I'm like, no, it doesn't. No, it does not. Like, what GranBlue has under GranBlue is regular Street Fighter shit. Like, I'm just gonna use an example. The auto combo system, right? Your best way to get damage in this game is not to use it, it's to use links. But in Street Fighter, you learn links from the start of the game. So that's nothing complex about the game. You should have already knew this, right? The way you utilize meter is weird, and it's not a bad thing. I know it's trying to be unique, but other games do it better. So when you get to the point that you use it like other games, you're using your meter like the basic usage of other games. You know what I'm saying? And that's where GranBlue kind of falls under that. It's not enjoyable sometimes. Don't get me wrong, it's a fun as hell game, but it's not enjoyable because sometimes, like I said, going back to season 1, that turned a lot of people off a $60 game for like 14, 15 characters. When in actuality, I'll be one of the people that said that GranBlue should have been $30 from the jump. It should have been $30 from the jump, and then you could have did $20 for season 1 pass. That's a $50 deal, and people wouldn't have been as mad. But when people found out what it was, when people found these characters, and a lot of people couldn't relate to any of these characters, they left. Now topple that with the netcode, then yeah, you gotta train for disasters. Topple that with competitive players that maybe came from Street Fighter, that came from Guilty Gear, because you're trying to appease two crowds. You're trying to appease the traditional and the anime, and the game plays like neither nor. It plays more traditional than anything, but it doesn't play like a regular Street Fighter because of the auto combos. That's where like kind of that it's already been an anime shit came in, and people that's from Street Fighter don't like that. You know what I'm saying? But then again, the anime people, they're used to the air dashers. They're used to movement-based games, and this game is slowed down to a Street Fighter's pace, and they don't like that. So, top of all those things, you know, it was a failure for disaster. Not to say that this game it's kind of on its lifeline, but to say the game is fully dead and they still getting DLCs and stuff, I can't agree with that. It's not fully dead, but it's down bad. So, with it being down bad, is there anything they can do to fix it right now? And honestly, we gotta pray it's gonna be a season 3. Now, if there's a season 3, 100% yes. If they do these things, if it's gonna end at season 2, it is what it is. But I can see a season 3. It's only been out a year. You know what I'm saying? And COVID did have a hard reason to stopping it, because I'm not gonna sit here and say locals didn't hurt. Locals having this game in locals would have been better, because when you watch it on Spooky, it gets views. The game gets views, just not the views it should get. But enough of that. What can we do? Let's get the obvious out the way, because you know everybody gonna always have the obvious. Fishing net code. I will recommend getting with some of your players. Get some with your big players. I'm pretty sure you got players in Japan, you got players in America that may know how to work with rollback, that may be willing to work with the company to get somebody that they know to implement rollback. You know, do like Guilty Gear did, because you got the people that created Guilty Gear, get with them to have them help you out and implement that, you know, rollback netcode. That is definitely like top priority that you need. That will bring like at least 40% of your player base back by itself. Now, let's talk about some of the mechanics in the game. The one major thing I would do, and yet again, this is an opinion-based video, so I implore you, if you don't agree with me, leave it in the comments. Leave it in the comments. Take away combo limits. That is the dumbest shit you can put in the game. Why am I getting punished for me optimizing my damage? Why am I getting punished for me optimizing my damage? Now, I do play Gran from time to time. I'm not good with Gran. Yeah, I'm not good with Shotos. It is what it is. But when I do play Gran, I do get annoyed with certain combos depending on how they start. If I go for an uppercut, if I go for an ES uppercut, it drops out the combo. And a lot of people that play Gran knows he does like a double hop. So he'll hop and they'll drop out the first combo, and then he'll hop again. But even though they got that hard knockdown, they're going to get up quicker than I hit the ground. And when they get up, I get punished because my combo dropped. Not because I dropped the combo, because there's a combo limit. So that needs to get taken out the game. That mechanic needs to go. I don't know who told y'all that was a good idea, but that mechanic needs to go. Easy button specials. Take that out. I understand that you want to be, you know, my first fighting game. I understand that you want to be more welcoming for the community, but you cannot take an RPG element, because they do have an RPG game. You cannot take that RPG element and leave it in the game. Now, some people will say that is a lifesaver in certain combos, and as you'll see in my video, I use it a lot. If I don't feel like putting the input for a special, I'll just use the easy button. But that is a bad fighting game mechanic. Seeing that this is a my first fighting game, why would you want people who are learning the fighting games to think this is in every fighting game? You know what I'm saying? I don't like it in Tekken 7. It is the dumbest shit in Tekken 7. I don't like it in Soul Calibur. It's not in Street Fighter, so why is it in this game? You know what I'm saying? I understand that y'all are trying to appeal to the casuals, but the casuals are going to go play the RPG mode. That's just the end all be all. They're going to play the RPG mode. They might play the fighting game mode, get their ass whooped, rage, be on fucking salty, the salty Twitter, and then leave the game. Let us competitive players have our competitive ways. Let us show our skills. You know what I'm saying? Another thing I would do, I would kind of work a new meter system. I don't think the meter system in this game is bad. I think that, cause I actually kind of like it. I kind of like it. It's just hard for me to explain this one, because it's like, I understand if I use an ES button, I better be ready to use it, because it's going to be down for about a good 5 to 8 seconds. However, I think you should be able to at least use your light version. Like, at least the light version. But, like, I understand they don't want it to be like you keep spamming this special and getting away with spamming this DP on somebody that may not know how to block a DP. But that goes back to the players got to learn how to get punished. You know what I'm saying? Now, some people might not agree with me with that, but I would like to see like a rework, and at least on the, let's put it like this, specials. If they can do something where the meters, maybe you have to have halftime on all your specials going if you use a special move or something like that. Once that bar gets to 100, that would be cool. I don't know. I don't know how they would rework the meter system, at least for the fighting game version. That's what I'm kind of pertaining to myself to, the fighting game version, because there is the RPG version. I don't know how that would work. I would also say buff the movement a little bit. It's a little bit too sluggish sometimes. Not to say it's a bad thing. Like, the game is footsie based. However, I would just speed up just a tad bit. It don't need to be Guilty Gear speed, but it needs to be just a tad bit faster. Other than that, like, they made improvements. I think some of the newer characters that have came out are really good, but they're not going to be seen because a lot of people don't care for the game anymore. Like Uno, I think Uno is an interesting character. Do I think he's going to be good? No, but I think he's an interesting character with that 5-frame parry. You know what I'm saying? Bringing back the "Let's Go Justin." Like, everybody's talking about it because that's the truth. That's what it is. Let's go Justin. What else we got? We got Yule. Like, she's an interesting character. Matter of fact, that is the next character that's probably going to be in my videos. I'm actually getting the season 2 right now to learn that character. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of interesting characters. Cag is pretty good. I don't even think the game has terrible characters like that. I just think there's not enough diversity, and that's the next thing I would say. Add more diversity in character archetypes. There are too many Shotos in this game. There are too many characters that feel like they can play Shoto like in this game. I think the next 2 characters, one needs to be a fully charged character because you only have really 2 in the game, and one is like semi-charged. The other one is she's full-blown charged minus her, Berserker Barrage, and that's my main. I would say add more diversity. I want to see a Puppet Master. I would love to see a Puppet Master character in this game. I know we don't have one yet. We might have one soon. Technically, you could say Lil Wayne is like that, but he's kind of like that joke setup. He's kind of like, you look at Devora. That's what I would consider Lil Wayne. But yeah, other than that, they're making improvements. I'm not gonna say they aren't making improvements to the game. It's just, I feel like it's a few things that need to be revamped for this game to be so much better. Like, it's not bad. It's not terrible. It's not a terrible game. It's just, it needs to stop being easy. Like, I didn't even go into the auto combos. If it was me personally, y'all wouldn't have auto combos. Y'all wouldn't have them 3 auto combos. And that's another thing, because that is dumb. Even with auto combos in Street Fighter, there's other fucking mechanics that makes it, the auto combos, bearable. Like, if you use an auto combo, that shit's scaling heavy as hell. And this game, no, you're using auto combos. Them boys don't scale at all. I don't feel it. But other than that, it's been nappy. I don't want to go on too long. This video's almost 14 minutes anyway. But tell me what you think. If you disagree with me, leave it in the comments. If you agree with me, leave it in the comments. But other than that, love you guys. I'm out. Peace.